Have you ever ignored a phone call but replied to a text message instantly? You see your phone ringing, your heart beats faster, and you hesitate before answering. But when a message appears on your screen, you feel calm and in control. This behavior is very common today, and it is not about laziness or rudeness. It is rooted in psychology. Many people find phone calls stressful while texting feels safe and comfortable. The reason lies in how the brain processes pressure, emotions, and control. At first glance, phone calls and texting seem similar because both are forms of communication. However, psychologically, they feel completely different. A phone call requires an immediate response. There is no time to think, no chance to edit words, and no pause button. Texting, on the other hand, allows time. You can read the message, think about what to say, rewrite your response, and reply when you feel ready. This sense of control makes texting far less stressful for many people. Phone calls also trigger social pressure. When someone calls, your brain must handle many tasks at once. You need to sound polite, interested, and emotionally appropriate while responding quickly. At the same time, you worry about saying the wrong thing, sounding awkward, or being misunderstood. This mental load can feel overwhelming. Texting removes much of this pressure because you can choose your words carefully and avoid instant reactions. This is especially true for people who tend to overthink or fear making mistakes in conversation. Personality plays a big role as well. Introverted people often feel drained by long conversations, especially when they are unexpected. Phone calls demand full emotional and mental attention. Texting creates distance and allows them to recharge while still staying connected. This does not mean they dislike people. It simply means their brain needs more personal space and quiet to function comfortably. Another reason phone calls feel intense is because voices carry emotion. When you hear someone speak, your brain processes tone, speed, volume, and mood all at once. Even a simple sentence can feel emotionally loaded. For example, the words "I'm fine" can sound angry, sad, or distant depending on how they are spoken. Some people feel overwhelmed by this emotional information and prefer the simplicity of written words. Text removes vocal emotion, and understanding becomes easier and safer. The human brain also loves predictability. Texting is predictable. You know when a message arrives, and you can decide when to answer. Phone calls are unpredictable. They interrupt your day and demand immediate attention. Many people associate phone calls with bad news, arguments, work stress, or family problems. Over time, the brain learns to connect ringing phones with danger or discomfort. Texting becomes the safer option. For some people, phone calls feel like an invasion of personal space. A ringing phone interrupts whatever they are doing, whether resting, working, or thinking. Text messages wait quietly and respect timing. This difference makes texting feel polite while phone calls feel demanding. This creates resistance and avoidance. Overthinking also plays a strong role. People who overthink often replay conversations in their minds. After a phone call, they may think, "Why did I say that?" or "I sounded strange." They analyze every word and tone. Texting reduces this anxiety because everything is visible and controlled. There is no pressure to respond instantly and no fear of awkward silence. There is also a generational influence. Many younger people grew up texting rather than calling. Their brains learned that communication happens through screens. For them, phone calls feel formal, serious, and stressful, while texting feels natural and casual. This is not weakness. It is simply adaptation to modern communication habits. Texting also allows emotional distance. If someone sends an upsetting message, you can pause, breathe, and think before replying. On a phone call, emotions hit immediately and can cause panic, freezing, or regretful words. Avoiding phone calls can be a way to protect emotional stability. It is a defense mechanism that helps people feel safe. However, avoiding all phone calls can sometimes become unhealthy. It may signal social anxiety, fear of confrontation, or emotional avoidance. Balance is important. Preferring texting is normal, but being unable to handle any phone conversation can limit relationships and growth. People who hate phone calls but love texting are often thoughtful, sensitive, reflective, and emotionally aware. They value peace and mental energy. They do not hate connection. They simply prefer connection without pressure. Texting gives the illusion of control over time, words, and emotions. Phone calls remove that illusion and expose vulnerability. Some people are not ready for that level of emotional exposure. Not everyone dislikes phone calls. Some people love them because they feel personal, warm, and real. They enjoy hearing voices and feeling emotionally close. This difference often causes misunderstandings. One person wonders why the other never answers calls, while the other wonders why texting is not enough. Both feel unappreciated. The problem is not communication itself, but expectations. People express comfort differently. Some need voice, some need space, and some need time. Understanding this difference creates healthier relationships and less conflict. If you hate phone calls but love texting, it may mean you value emotional safety, prefer thinking before speaking, dislike pressure, and want calm instead of chaos. It does not mean you are weak or antisocial. It simply means your brain manages energy and emotions differently. So, why do some people hate phone calls but love texting? Because texting feels safe, controlled, predictable, and calm. Phone calls feel sudden, emotional, unpredictable, and demanding. It is not about avoiding people. It is about managing mental and emotional comfort. The brain always chooses what feels least threatening. Do you hate phone calls too, or do you prefer talking over texting? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this video helped you understand yourself better, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who never answers your calls. Now, you finally know why.